What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Need for Speed Unbound, and in this video I want to show you guys how to get free cars easily on the game here. So if you have just started out on Need for Speed Unbound, I'm sure you guys are probably trying to get cars for the Grand and or vehicles in general to actually complete some of these races like A+, A, S, and S+, and all that good stuff. So you're going to want different cars for these, and I would say many players are probably going to try to build out like their first vehicle to get that thing to like A, then A+, but luckily there's going to be easier ways to get cars in the game here. So if you are just starting off here on Need for Speed Unbound, I would say the biggest thing you guys could look for is going to be the collectibles, and the main reason for this is these are going to basically be available for every single person right from the get-go. But one of the biggest things though is I would say some of the billboards are probably going to be a bit of a challenge to actually grab with a slower car, but if you guys can get like a really good running start, you might be able to grab most of them. But besides that though, you can also grab all the bears and or the street arts around the map as well. I would say the biggest thing about this is probably getting all of them. There is going to be lots of these spread around the map, so it will probably take some time to get them, but luckily you guys can easily grab them all. Even in like a B-rated vehicle, you can probably grab all of them. That's actually what I basically did as well. I was pretty early on in the game when I got all of these, and you guys will get 3 vehicles from this as well. If you guys are interested in grabbing all the collectibles, I will leave a tag on the screen for the overhead map view for all of them. I would definitely recommend this, especially if you guys are newer into the game, or maybe if you guys want to go after trophies and stuff. I would also say this could be really good. But the vehicles you guys will get from this is going to be the Ferrari 488 GTB, the Ford Focus RS, and the BMW M4 GTS. And what's kind of funny is I actually used the BMW M4 for a while when I was playing the game. That was actually one of my go-to vehicles. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of nice to get a vehicle unlocked for free like that, being able to use that in one of the other class races. That way you can actually save your money up more and go after some vehicles you guys might really want. Let's be honest, making money on Need for Speed can be a bit of a challenge at times. I will make a video about that in the future, and also going over like the end game of Need for Speed Unbound as well. I really do feel like that does need a discussion. And then one of the other ways you guys can also get a lot of free cars as well is going to be the activities around the map. Now the biggest thing about this though is I would say some of these you're most likely going to need a faster car to do them. So I would recommend doing the collectibles first. Those cars are probably going to be easier. They're also going to be a lot faster as well, so you can probably get many of the other things completed without actually struggling and or trying to farm money for some of the higher and or faster cars. Now there's going to be 4 different types of activities on Need for Speed Unbound. It's going to be the drift zone, the long jumps, the speed traps, and or the speed runs in the game as well. So there's going to be a good amount of them. Now one reason why I would recommend getting some vehicles like from the collectibles and or getting faster cars is a lot of the speed traps, guys, you will need a faster car to do them. And I noticed this on the long jumps as well. I would say for a majority of the long jumps and or the speed traps, and honestly, I'd even throw in the speed runs in there as well. You're most likely going to at least need an S or an S plus vehicle. At least that's what I was finding trying to jump far enough and or, do 190 miles an hour in a little area. I would say some other cars are going to struggle. I did have the Ferrari 488 GTB from the collectibles, and I was finding that car to have some issues with actually getting the right speed up on the speed traps. So I would recommend going after some faster vehicles, but if you guys did get the cars from the collectibles, it would be easier to level those up because they're already high leveled. For example, the Ferrari 488 GTB is going to be maxed out on S, so I think it's like level 329 or something like that. So a few upgrades, that car will immediately be an S+. So when it comes to the vehicles you can actually get from the activities here on Need for Speed Unbound, it's going to be the Lamborghini Aventador S Roadster, the Porsche Cayman GT4, Nissan 370Z Nismo, and the McLaren 600 LT. Now one thing I do want to mention, guys, I will leave a tag on the screen for this if you actually want to check out like the map overview of the activities as well. I would say these cars are going to be insanely good. I actually use the McLaren 600 LT in the S-Class still. That car is going to be insanely good. And as I did mention before, you can easily upgrade like the Aventador S and or the 600 LT to get them into S Plus very easily. That way you don't actually have to buy new vehicles to compete in like the Grand and or go after some of the other vehicles. I will get into another way to get more cars unlocked for free as well here in a quick second. I would say this is one of the biggest issues though, guys, is because there is free vehicles in the game, as I did mention before, in like the races. Basically throughout the weeks in the campaign you can also get free cars. I would say many players might not have the greatest vehicle for those, and if you actually lose an opportunity to get some of those free cars, I feel like that would make some players upset. And now moving over to the menu here, I'm sure you guys are probably pretty familiar with this. So this is going to be the screen you will see when you guys go after like different parts in the campaign. I have actually beaten the game here, so I'm basically just like doing events to grind money and all that. I will definitely talk about that in another video, but you can also get free vehicles from this as well. I did see an article about someone wanting the Lancer Evolution. Definitely going to be one of my favorite cars for A. My goodness, that car is incredible. I still actually use that thing to this day, and missing the opportunity to get some of these cars, I would say, would probably upset many players, and if you guys actually like them like in real life, I'm sure you're probably going to want to get them. For example, throughout the night and days, guys, you will normally find the vehicles as a reward at nighttime because it's like a more of a high risk type of event. For example, one of the cars I was getting was going to be the Dodge Charger SRT8 Hellcat. I absolutely love this car, and it's probably one of my favorite vehicles for like takeovers and or drift events in the game. Like, it's honestly that good. Not only that though, but some of the nights in the game are also going to have two vehicles you can get on one night, so I would recommend being careful on that. You guys do not want to miss those. This is by far going to be one of the best ways to get free cars in the game here. Now, I was also finding this to be insanely helpful, not only due to the fact that you're going to get free vehicles so you don't actually have to buy them and or those specific classes, but that will allow you to use your money on different things like the upgrades in the garage, to be able to buy different parts for those said vehicles and upgrade them a little bit easier. Instead of spending like $300,000 on a car, you can actually put that into your vehicle and make that thing a lot faster and or probably customize two vehicles for that matter for the price of actually buying one of the vehicles. As I did mention before, by the way, I will be doing a video about Need for Speed Unbound's endgame and basically talking about like making money on the game as well after at least completing the story, because I would say it's going to take some time. But again, guys, let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Let me know in the comments below if you guys have any questions regarding the collectibles and or the activities, and definitely stay tuned in the near future for more content on Need for Speed, including a video about Need for Speed Unbound's endgame and or a way to make money on the game easier, but also talking about the game's economy.